Alright, so usually the big thing at the Forge is a single sectopod, but we've already faced multiples of those at once, so not the scariest thing in the world. Got 12 enemies on the map, so reasonable number, and I will probably see reinforcements called in at some point. Starting in stealth, but no Reaper. So we're not on any kind of time limit here. We didn't equip our Rangers properly. We forgot to give him the axes.
Confirmed.
So a little bit of a misplay there, which is unfortunate, but not critical. One piece of good news, we don't have a Templar, so there's no one who overwatches on the 3 key.
On Overwatch.
Alright, so we're pushing towards this objective. We will probably have to fight most of the enemies on the way. We do need to... could get some high ground here. Or here. I think I like pushing left and trying to get into some of this high ground here. So then can go ahead and put our sniper behind this tree, which should be a good position for her to hold out for a little bit. And everyone else can just stack up in cover and Overwatch in case anyone blunders into us.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
Yeah, on these plant missions are some of the few that don't have any time limit at all, so you really get to take your time on these ones.
Position confirmed. Affirmative, covering now.
Alright.
Moving.
We'll push towards this building, get some high ground on it, and look for opportunities to ambush the first group of enemies. Okay, so we know where a nearby group is. So we've got this ladder up here, which is what we'll want to take. So step one, let's go ahead and build some more cover with our robot. Still don't have vision of the enemies. So where will we want our sniper if things go wrong? Could also grapple up. Oh, you could grapple all the way up to the high ground? If there's a turret up here, we'd be sad.
Deploying grapple.
Oh, still no enemies. But that's also extra nice because it gives us an opportunity for a long watch. Let's go ahead and swing our skirmisher. I guess you'll have to move, grapple, move.
I go as ordered. Tactical movement.
I really like being able to capture this amount of high ground and vision with our grappling hooks.
Headed there now.
Understood. Moving out.
And then can just pull him up into cover here and not overwatch, just to try and pull the squad together a little bit. One thing to note about having more mobility on our Rangers is that there's a little more danger in our squad getting spread too thin. So it's still telling us that the closest enemies are over here, which implies that we don't need to worry about enemies inside the building. We shouldn't believe that 100% because sometimes XCOM lies.
Another worthless Advent patrol here.
Alright, so I'm not inclined to try and preserve our stealth forever, so we can probably just go in on these guys next turn.
Designated position.
But can give at least one more turn to see if anyone patrols into us. I like the amount of high cover on this little cluster, although it could, you know, easily get us all blown up by a grenade. Alright, and then pull Skirmisher in a little closer. Keep the high ground advantage, but not be quite as far away, being as his gun has pretty big range penalties.
Scanning. Got it covered.
Moving to Overwatch.
Alright, you do not have Shredder anymore. You used to, but don't anymore. Seems like a fine way to open the fight to me. Go ahead and just take a casual 124% to hit, 60% to crit here. So crit, he's at 1 and poisoned, so I think that's guaranteed dead. Alright, so we do have an Overwatch there. Pretty solid chance to hit. Could get some holo targeting there just for surety's sake. So this is reasonably likely to miss, but gets holo targeting regardless, and if it does hit, we're pretty much guaranteed to kill it without expending any more resources or risking either of our rangers. Did miss there, so we'll go ahead and try and get the shred. Overwatch removed, so now we can move up freely. You are not in range, so you'd have to pull up. Ah, that's interesting. We can only barely see. Alright, so we have to expose one of our rangers this turn, is the conclusion. You've got Conceal. We could just have you run up, shoot the robot. That's reasonably likely to finish it off.
On your order.
And failing that, we can have the Skirmisher finish it. Oh, but we don't get the bonus of firing from concealment in this case. So 30% crit.
Win off the armor.
Oh, free action though. It's a nice little bonus.
Hostile target down.
So still got one person in stealth, and then can go for a couple of shots here just for the XP, even though the poison will finish him off on his turn. Don't need to do anything with Implacable. Don't want to do anything with her. So just end turn.
Don't worry about them.
Oh, probably should have seen that coming.
Right on schedule.
The last remaining chosen. Immune to melee is a little nerve-wracking when there is 2 rangers on our team, but Bewildered and Adversary Skirmishers are both pretty good. We should be able to take this guy out in one turn when we get in range. And his out-of-ranger abilities are probably the least annoying of the three chosen.
Position and try to take it out.
Don't make this too easy on me.
We'll probably force lockdown into some horrible position at dropping down from here at some point. So we're not under a lot of time pressure. We do need to push forward eventually. We could just take a reload here before we move forward at all. Pull our skirmisher up a bit. Give everyone a reload.
I'm still amazed anyone in the Resistance agreed to work with you skirmishers. Why would anyone trust a faction built on disloyalty?
Get some reloads and overwatches just in case another pod wanders into us.
Scanners are active.
Back online.
Ah, the Arashi's so wonderful.
Didn't help my
That hair trigger.
Let's see how it works.
Oh, and we do still have some stealth to scout for it. I forgot that. So we actually do get to start
Roger that.
keep getting vision ahead of us.
Scanning.
I forgot to reload him. Also can re-enter stealth with our other ranger. But we'll probably want to save that until we've blown the cover on our current ranger. Alright, so we've got this double bridge here as kind of the big barrier, but we do want to sweep for enemies on either side of it just so we don't get caught off guard. So let's go ahead and sweep left side. Would love to get our sniper in this tower, so let's push this way and get the sniper in that tower in the next couple turns. Free reload? No, we should save it since it's free.
Father really outdid himself, didn't he?
So pull you in a bit just to minimize risk of exposing enemies on this side
Moving to position.
that no one else can see. Overwatch. Overwatch. Free reload. Yeah, I actually want to save that. Pull up here.
On the move.
Overwatch. Long watch.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Overwatch.
Surely there's a more difficult task available.
Chosen gonna do anything?
Time is running out, Commander.
Alright, so push all the way into this corner with the ranger. See what's up.
On the move.
Alright, and have confirmed more or less no enemies on this side of the map. We can still be a little bit careful just in case. But should be good on that count.
I am watching.
On Overwatch.
Guard duty it is.
I'm on it. On Overwatch. Overwatch.
So there should be 10 enemies on the map plus the Chosen, and we've only seen 2 so far. Or 12 enemies on the map total, minus the 2 we killed plus the Chosen. Alright, time to start pulling our sniper around. Let's go ahead and blue move to here and see if we can grapple up. And we cannot. So we'll just pull around here.
Tired of waiting around.
And then everyone else just Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
On Overwatch. Attacking on sight.
Come on, Hunter. You going to do anything ever? Nope. Alright, so you could grapple up to here.
Grappling.
The sniper tower isn't quite as good since she's more of a gunslinger than a sniper, but should still be fine. Alright, so we've got that corner of the map, so then we get to start pushing across the bridge.
Confirmed.
And figuring out how best to do that. So, step 1, scout with our stealth ranger. Alright, got good vision there. So let's see, how... Wow, we can... Okay, so we can only push up to about here before we see them. What about here? Theoretically, we cannot see them against this hardcover. So let's stay 2 steps back from where we're supposed to be able to see them, just to be very careful about XCOM mechanics. We are looking at fighting these guys across a river, which is potentially difficult. Alright, so if we have the robot there, who would we most want behind the robot? Alright, so then we don't want to push anyone else any far further if we can avoid it.
Heading out.
This should be safe.
Let's do this. Moving to
Alright, Overwatch everyone, and then we can start taking sniper shots from above on these guys. So not much of a move there. So hopefully the Chosen doesn't put a mark on our sniper. Okay, so got 100% to hit there, 100% to kill there, or to hit there. Yeah, 50% crit here, so that's much better. Could use teamwork, but don't need to do that just yet. Okay, so... Oh, you can fly. That's interesting. Okay, so we haven't used actions on anyone else yet. We would like to kill this Spectre to preserve Diamond's cover, if possible. Unclear if dropping it through a bridge hurts it or not? Alright, well, at the very least, we can move the robot up here to get the best shot possible and provide cover. Wildman, you do not have salvo yet. So we can go ahead and run you up here, get hollow targeting on the Archon. Wow. Archons are hard to hit, especially when you're not very good at shooting. So this is only a 2-enemy pod. I don't really want to use overdrive here, but it might be necessary. Alright, Skirmisher. Okay, you can't grapple on top of the box. So you're going to be particularly adept at killing the Spectre. So we can have you Whiplash, double damage to robotic, which I thought this was. And what's your actual hit chance? 60? I I mean, there's not really that much of a cost to using overdrive, given that we get to wait on our cooldowns. Alright, so you've got one action left. So we could almost certainly kill this guy. I am pretty interested in preserving our ranger stealth. Could also run and gun up and take a shot here. Or not run and gun up and try and drop him through the floor with a grenade. I mean, I'd rather waste cooldowns than consumables. So let's run and gun.
Running and gunning. Roger that.
$73.
X-ray neutralized.
Air trigger, free action. Overwatch. Oh, we do actually want to preserve her. So I think I'm into bombarding here, even though it's a bit of a waste. Just, I value this so much less than other explosives because it doesn't shred armor. Oh, it didn't drop him through. Alright, well, she's going to be revealed anyways, so kill him. Alright, so a little bit of waste going on there, but not too bad.
Those guys are a dime a dozen.
So we will want to take some reloads and overwatches here. In part because we want to take reloads and overwatches, and in part because we want to stall for cooldowns.
Good to go. Got it covered.
Ready to go.
And it's probably worth re-stealthing our other ranger and trying to push forward with him.
Not the same detection.
I can smell the fear on you.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and conceal
Going dark. Closing on
and
top.
start pushing you across the bridge. Okay, no sign of any enemies. And then just overwatch with everyone else.
Got it covered.
I'm surprised the hunter hasn't messed with us at all yet.
You really think you can hide from me?
Alright, so we would like to get across the bridge soon, because this is a really tough area to fight. Alright, and we have our sectopod. Alright, so let's just put you here.
On target location.
And then we should have some idea of how far we can move across the bridge without activating this. So if we move up to about here is the line where it's theoretically activating. So let's not trust that just yet.
It feels good to move around.
But let's start moving people onto here. Our skirmisher is the one person we would like to get closest if possible, because if he can take 2 shots with that specialty ammo,
Tired of waiting
That'll get us a lot of damage. We would like to get our sniper closer in order to... Like, she can shoot this far, but it's going to have some pretty substantial range penalties.
I'm on it. Watch order confirmed.
Got it covered.
Sounds like a job for a turret.
Whatever you say.
Probably shouldn't have moved here. Like, it's pretty low risk, but just on the off chance that we suddenly stumble into some Utons or something over here. Alright, so get just random long watch there. 1 damage. So in a perfect world, this will run into a wall of Overwatch fire. Cool.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Okay, he's finally doing his thing.
Thought you could hide.
On the sniper, as expected. Funny. Alright, so, Skirmisher, can you take 2 shots from where you're at? Yes, you can probably kill this. So we just get to go free reload.
Ready to engage.
Hollow targeting. And then have the skirmisher finish it off. Nice, loot.
Letting some of the rejects slip through production.
So, get a reload there.
Reloading ammunition.
So you need to move to a place that is safe. So we'll pull you all the way up here.
All over it.
And then just reload and overwatch everyone else.
Up and reload.
Alright, so that is still only 3 enemies down, so there are theoretically quite a few left on the map. But
Back online.
Sectopod is probably the nastiest one. We shouldn't just assume 100% that that is the only Sectopod on the map. That has been my experience with the Forge in the past. But it could scale somewhat based on level, or
Moving to designated position.
be different in War of the Chosen, or whatever. Illyrium Core, and this time we're picking it up with someone who's a real XCOM agent, so they won't shove it in their pockets and steal it after the mission.
Let's move already.
Oh, I meant to move up the robot first. Stand in front of him.
Where I'm going.
I can handle that.
Alright, and then we can leave our sniper back a little ways. We'll want to pull her all the way across the bridge once we're clear.
We're green to go.
But should be good for now. Getting some long watches down while we
Affirmative. Covering now.
move forward cautiously. Man, we've seen shockingly few aliens.
Before the strike.
Alright, so objective is through the front door. So I guess we'll kind of do a little bit of a sweep left, then sweep right
Heading to that.
with our scout. So no sign of anything. We'll continue inching the rest of the team forward
As you
and sweep him right.
Let's do this.
No problem, bud.
Don't want to expose too much new territory here.
Covering distance.
And we'll want to... Let's just pull her up to here. Wait, we had squad sight on the Chosen?
Get some.
Overwatch engaged.
Come get some.
Overwatch.
I totally missed that we had seen him. Alright, got a very basic pod here. And the Chosen hiding in a corner.
Hostile forces spotted.
And he's being super useful and important. Cool. Alright, so we can move up to here just to get a little better vision on this group. Him just hanging out as we pan across.
And judging by the subject's condition, I would say it was recently manufactured.
No wonder they just keep coming.
Alright, so we have our objective. Oh man, we were one step away from activating on these guys. So, if we sniper shot one of these guys with him here, it's very likely we will pull the Chosen as well.
Moving out.
So pull back just a little bit. Do we still have a sniper shot on the Chosen? This is kind of funny. Let's reposition a little more before we do that, though.
I'm compelled to agree.
Alright, so now we pull these guys more safely without them spotting our Ranger or pulling the Chosen. Man, I really have enjoyed that perk of free overwatches against activating enemies on the... Robot. Alright, so we've got 3 troopers here, and if we push too far forward, we'll see the Chosen. And it's actually a little bit harder than you'd expect to get a flank on this guy, just the way the scenery broke out. Yeah, you don't have any actions. Alright. What do we got? Pretty low hit chances on everyone. We could... just... we don't really want to do the Chosen this turn if we can avoid it. What are your shots like? A little bit on the elite officer. We could have you run up and shred storm cannon these guys and their cover. That feels like a good use of time.
Seems doable.
It's a little excessive to use on a pod this modest, but
Who wants some?
want to be careful about setting up the Chosen fight next turn. Alright, and that leaves those two as pretty trivial to deal with, and the captain is the last thing that's left. So we could go for the sniper shot on him. 59%, 20% to crit. Could get... yeah, plasma grenade to knock one out, knock out cover, and health on the captain.
Fire in the hole.
We're spending resources a little aggressively here. Probably being a little overconfident. Alright, finish off the officer.
How many is that?
Really like to get her to,
Good. They wouldn't need me.
Alright, so can take a shot with the robot just to try and get at the level. And failing that,
Mistake.
We can just pull him up and finish it off, presumably. Only an 82. 94? Sure.
Accept your fate.
Maybe we'll get free loot off of it.
I would
That exposed him?
message about these Advent facilities, Commander.
Oh, and it pulled that guy? Oh, man, that went horribly.
To keep you out.
Alright, yeah, have a good night, Uriah. Thanks for coming by.
Back.
We've got the Chosen in our sights. It's time to take them out.
I'd like you to meet some friends of mine.
Berserker Chrysalid. Panicked Berserker Chrysalid.
You asked for it.
Glitching through walls.
One of our
Okay.
soldiers is in a daze.
So he's an Overwatch.
Snap him out of it.
So... you have run and gun and rapid fire, so you can probably just kill him. So we would like to pull you up and get everyone up. Oh, we could have done that with lockdown and done it for free, probably.
Easy now, soldier.
What are we doing here?
So she's disoriented, so her movement is reduced, but she should still be able to sword the chrysalid. Can't use slash while disoriented. Good to know.
You're gonna be fine.
Well, interestingly... so you've both only got one action. So we would like to deal with his armor. So, who's got the blaster bomb? So you've got the blaster bomb. You've got... you do not have salvo. That is our third ranger who has salvo. So I assume the chrysalid is a non-problem because we can't actually move you up close enough to deal with the chrysalid. So we should just use some explosives to take out the chrysalid and open up this path. Blaster bomb would be ideal, but we do need to... so 74 to hit, so you could just finish this off, and you can't really do anything else this turn. So let's just see if we need to worry about this at all. We do.
Not good.
So we could frostbomb both of these. So that's good to know. We can also shredder cannon.
Ah, the open spaces, the fresh air.
Oh yeah, he had Overwatch up.
Blink and you'll miss it.
So, a little bit of a misplay there. We needed to damage him first, but that's fine. So then we just shredder gun to do that. Alright, and then let's go ahead and run and gun rapid fire. Do we even need to run and gun? We'd need to run and gun to be in cover. Which I think is worth it.
Moving to the fire position. Copy that.
Oh, okay. Nope, that's just seeing the other Berserker, so we're still okay on that front. So go ahead and rapid fire this dude. Really?
Best first impression. I'll chalk that up to
So not ideal, but we are gonna be getting the extra damage from his multiple shots in a turn weakness. Really?
maybe you need to slow it down.
Alright, so Skirmisher has 2 actions left. 100% to hit, double bonuses, should be guaranteed to kill him. Do we have someone else who can deal with the Chrysalid? Alright, you're 100% to kill the Chrysalid. So let's do that. Wait, did we seriously only have 1 action there? Good lord. So we could give an extra action to Julia. Man, this turn went much worse than I thought it was going. And I think it's actually better to kill the Chrysalid than the Hunter. Because Chrysalids can poison us and cause us problems. And he'll probably just, like, take one pretty modest shot, or summon some more bullshit, or whatever. Alright, that's not... Oh god, that hurts.
You'll have to suffer a little longer.
Okay, that is not great. Can we call a Sky Ranger? It doesn't look like it's available for reasons that are unclear. And I don't think we have a medkit. Wow. Okay, so that... We may have just lost our wonderful new troop here. He's immune to melee. And he got 8 health back. Wow. Alright, so yeah, definitely got a little overconfident there. Okay, so you will... Let's just make sure we don't have anyone with a medkit. It looks like we can't evac. Oh, but we just need to get here, and then that'll set us an evac. So we're on the clock, basically. Alright. You have 2 actions left, right?
I'm ready.
Alright.
Should I double check that for you?
Oh, and he overwatched again? And, okay. Alright, I need to tighten up the play a little bit here. Okay. We need to deal with this guy, and we need to sprint for the exit if we're going to get our second ranger out alive.
I didn't come here to play with your toys, Commander.
Really? 81?
Habits must be wearing off on me.
Immune to melee still. No line of sight. So this would be light cover.
On the move.
83 to hit and 33 to crit. So if we can get hollow targeting on him, that should be sufficient.
Tired of waiting around.
We will need to deal with that Berserker at some point. It presumably won't stay panicked forever. Alright, so we get to finish him off here. Might actually be better to use it there, though. We should save it. $54. does tons of damage. Alright, well, let's take one shot here. Alright, Bewildered, cool. AP, and now we're on the clock to try and get him out alive.
You've surprised me.
Don't have a med kit, can't evac.
Maybe I need to reconsider my tactics.
Great job, Commander. Trace of that Chosen left. I've got a feeling we haven't seen the last of them. Still, it looks like their plans today.
You guys both don't have vision of the Berserker. You do, 100%, could kill it.
You can't handle me.
Okay.
I'm going.
So we are just sprinting a little bit here, since he's bleeding for 2 a turn. I don't think it's possible if it's 2 every turn, but if it's randomly 1 to 2... Alright. So we literally need to run up to here now. Can you get up there? Alright, let's just go for it. Oh, this is too much. We're risking too much to save this one guy. There's probably going to be a bunch of enemies in this room.
This is Avenger. Package is in range.
Yeah. So this is in a position where we might actually be able to just deal with this pod at range. Yeah, we actually have a shot here. Is Diamond still disoriented? She is not. So, who has the blaster bomb? You have the blaster bomb.
On your order. First it's human bodies. Now we're finding Advent. Something tells me they didn't abduct these ones.
Looks more like a production facility to me. The configuration is different. Is it possible? Could this be where the Advent forces are coming from?
Nothing.
We're gonna lose this guy to getting one shot by the bleed. Once the unit finishes bleeding, it bleeds out. Oh, that's actually good. We should be able to keep him from dying. So we did not need to run quite this aggressively, because even once he goes down, we'll still have 3 turns to finish him off entirely. So this looks pretty good. This will take out 1 Muton and the rest of the Andromedon's armor. Right, and then we'll get a chance for him to move up. So then you can run and gun through a Mimic Beacon, probably? I was originally hoping to use it for something slightly
Let's move already.
more killy, but... Alright, let's just check Frost Bombs. Okay, we're not going to get a Frost Bomb. We'll just Mimic Beacon to hold these 2 guys together. Alright, so run and gun. So this was overly aggressive, but I think we'll be able to get out with everyone alive just by carrying his bleeding body to the evac zone. Huh. We can't actually throw that quite as far as I would have expected, but that should be fine.
Finally. A long run.
Alright, so Mimic Beacon will buy us a turn against this pod.
Rolling out.
Could have also used teamwork on Diamond to try and salvage the situation, but this should be fine.
I'm on it.
Oh man, maybe I shouldn't have moved him out just on the off chance the Mimic Beacon gets one shot. Okay. That is good enough, Mimic Beacon. It's okay. We got you. Alright, so... Oh, you can't actually do this thing. That's kind of interesting. So I think the holo targeting persists.
Ready to rock.
This Muton's just dead to either of our shotguns. So we should be able to finish off the Muton with this, then have the holo targeting on the shell. You know, probably.
Come on.
Alright, 98, 73 to crit.
Armor still holding.
But got the freebie. Why is it 100% now? Oh, he's got holo targeting. Fun. So it is slightly better to use it here. Mutons sometimes counter these, so let's go ahead and punch. Alright, so we will need to move... You're going to bleed out next turn, so we'll be carrying your body. We should move... You've also got Implacable?
Well, how about that?
You do not. Alright, so who's left to deal with this? And Rochelle? You've got blue screen rounds and good aim. You should be able to deal with it. Alright. You can run all the way up here. You get up here. Okay, so you're going to bleed out. We're going to get a body out of here, and then we're going to rush both the evac. Oh, are you not bleeding anymore? Oh, you stopped bleeding. Excellent.
Heading out.
I was sure that was going to be the thing.
Their allies come.
Alright, so we've got the target.
It's just like the one.
Carefully. Preserve the specimen at all costs.
Confirmed acquisition of the package.
Alright, and then it looks like it dropped, yeah, our evac zone and the advent zone. Basically in the same place. Alright, so we're going to want to push as far forward as we can. Your Overwatch is still pretty good. We could just pick that up next turn. So we'll just kind of wander aimlessly forward with blue moves and set up as much Overwatch as we can on the reinforcements that drop in. There could also be another pod here, which we should consider.
No problem, boss.
Oh, you can't actually Overwatch.
Let's move already.
So I think it's actually... Is it worth using Teamwalk for an Overwatch? Probably not. Alright, so Overwatch...
I can attack anything that passes by.
Overwatch. Reload.
Oh yeah.
Move up.
Tired of waiting around.
Overwatch.
Come get some.
Overwatch.
Stand ready.
You've only got one action left. Overwatch. Alright, what presents are you bringing us? Alright, pretty modest pod. Probably all advanced with solid chunks of health, but nothing too threatening.
The all too familiar advent.
Off to a good start. Oh, nice. Even got the shred on the right target. All misses there is a little unfortunate.
Adjusting sights.
Alright, so if this is the last pod, we're very good. Or if this is the last pod we have to fight, rather, we're very good. Pre-reload? Pre-reload. If we stumble into a group of enemies in this room while fighting these guys, we could still have some work cut out for us. So we can't quite make it to the evac zone this turn. You could. Alright, well let's... move the mech up to here and see if that exposes any other enemies.
Light on my feet.
And then we'll be able to respond appropriately. And the answer is no. Alright, this looks pretty solid. We can probably... yeah, so we can finish off the elite officer here.
If only Advent knew my actual...
Oh, nice. Hair trigger. Alright, so Lancer is biggest remaining problem. Can you sword the Lancer? Yes, for a guaranteed kill. And that makes you invulnerable. And you could evac this turn if you wanted to. Okay, so... who's that leave? I think XP on our skirmisher would be our top choice at this point. So let's just try and do that. 76. Cool.
Weapon ammunition is low.
Let's do this.
Alright, and then you can pick up the body.
Just a pain in my neck.
Alright, so we have a badly wounded recruit that we just picked up, but other than that, very successful mission overall.
Go, go, go!
Oh, that's not the ideal route if we'd exposed a pod back there, but
Already there.
looks like we'll be able to get out pretty safely. I'm greedy enough to take one more Overwatch here. We'll want to, you know, stand far enough away that we're not
Graceful as a gazelle.
going to get exploded by any purifiers in the area.
Seems doable.
And I'm comfortable just
Affirmative.
evacing the mission objective. Do we just want to evac this turn? We don't even have that many people left who can earn XP.
I'm going.
Status confirmed.
Yeah, I think I'm good to just get out of here. Those just pretty minimal value, and there is no reason to take any risk that something weird happens and then a purifier takes one step.
Running.
Okay, now there's a reason to do that. Actually, teamwork.
No retreat.
Saving us from the consequences of our misclicks.
Finally.
Moving to position.
Alright, team, let's get out of here.
Ending deployment. Got what we came for. Let's get clear of the
Still really annoyed that Resistance fighter stole an Illyrium core.
years of peace and prosperity.
Yeah.
Done by the reckless.
So I really liked these little propaganda reels when they first introduced them in War of the Chosen, but they do get pretty repetitive at, you know,
And we shall
40 missions in or whatever.
crisis.
The elders chosen are incredibly resilient.
Alright, we did get a promotion, nice.
Over them today. We still
And
have
definitely
much to
want
learn
salvo.
if we wish to destroy them permanently.
Gravely wounded. I mean, I'm... Can you bond? Not quite. Happy to get the promotion here. This grave wounding I'm pretty okay with. Like, we weren't leaning super heavily on him. He's our third high-level ranger. We just kind of picked him up. Got an Illyrium core.
Very well be the prototype for Advent's seemingly limitless.
New objective added.
Okay, so I'll probably wait for at least a plasma lance, but then look into that. So we need 260 to build the Illyrium core upgrade and build a radio relay. We're a little short, so let's go ahead and swing by the black market to get those started. Yep, and go ahead and knock a pip or two off the Avatar project.
The discovery of
Nice.
the subject encased in a suit similar to your own is intriguing, Commander. The loss of their facility and this specimen could be an even greater victory.
Alright, I would like that at some point.
Commander, remote reconnaissance indicates the aliens
Oh, nice.
are UFO hunting for our position. We need to be careful about where we pick our flight paths.
We had some wounded
Oh
soldiers
man, we could get hit
who
by a
retreated
UFO.
after that last
That's pretty rough.
action. With a few days rest, they'll be ready to get back into it.
Together we have
Oh.
learned even more about the chosen that pursue you, Commander. We are bound.
Alright, we've got a new facility lead.
Grow strong. We are ready for more orders, Commander. We only await your choice.
Alright, I just want to keep hunting the hunter.
Resistance factions has motivated them to share some new information on the Chosen.
With basically whoever's lowest. So, Major... Yeah, let's keep leveling up her. Could send in a Psi Operative for +3 will, but that doesn't seem super useful. Just send some low-level Grenadiers to, Oh, this also needs to be a Lieutenant? Wow, everyone is tired. Alright, well, we're going to be exhausting some troops if we get another mission.
And with our new allies.
Black Market.
Avenger plotting new course.
And I don't really know how you're supposed to avoid the UFO. I feel like we're probably just going to get hit by it.
Market is open.
Alright, selling inventory. We need 16, so don't need to go too ham. Special interest... You know, I don't need that many superior stocks. I'll happily sell one of those off. Assume we don't need Viper Corpses for anything. Man, this facility lead was not a great use of our time. Officer corpses are totally useless. That seems fine. So then we get to go ahead and upgrade our power relay with an Illyrium conduit,
Power relay upgraded.
and build resistance comms.
Resistance communications facility construction initiated.
So, could pull engineer out of proving ground. Don't want to pull out of Scilab. Can't pull out of contacts. Okay. So, be slowing down our extra good health packs, but that's fine. Want to get new region contacts pretty quick here. And we have the intel. Do we have enough intel to get to the final area?
Avenger
Oh,
plotting
I didn't mean
new
to click
course.
on that. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I know, the Avatar Pod. Oh, it's a minor breakthrough at this facility, which we're gonna be close to anyways.
Work on the Avatar project. We should hit one of their facilities as soon
Sure,
as
that's fine.
possible.
Okay, so 120 intel, and we've got 123. So we'll be able to pick this up as soon as we've got our contacts up. Alright, so we could do alien alloys, Illyrium crystals, increase region income. Assuming they're relatively equal, I'd rather just get alloys, actually.
Avenger plotting new course.
I'm trying to make sure we don't get attacked by a UFO. Infest. Oh god, extra chrysalids everywhere? That's pretty annoying. We'll just have to make sure we bring Julia everywhere. Alright, Plasma Lance, Shadow Lance, so that'll also be new weapon for Reapers, which is nice. Bunch of instant autopsies, which is cool.
After a carefully...
Oh, that's cool.
Physically, the Advent shield bearer. These shield bearers are not
Alright, so it can make some experimental
all
armor.
Advent peers.
I wouldn't mind a couple. Well, I don't know. I just don't want people taking damage. Vests don't seem as good as things that prevent you from taking damage. Also, I do want the Warlock weapon, but one day on a datapad's fine with me.
Priority. We completed our research in remarkable time.
Got some new intel. That'll probably be one more region. Interchangeable upgrades. We do have some wasted upgrade slots. I think this is probably just a waste of time, though. We've got so many more upgrades than we can use and weird special weapons that don't need them. Let's just get the Warlock weapon.
I'll contact you when I have a full report available.
Alright. Still got Battlefield Medicine 2 days, 5 days on the comms. Psychics will be coming up for training soon. Cool. Nano medkit. So could pick up experimental armor. I think I just want more. Could go for another powered weapon. Could go for a grenade. I'd really like some Talon rounds. Yeah, I've already got a Shredstorm cannon and a blaster launcher. A second one would be nice, but I think I actually have more need of ammo.
Sounds good, Commander. I'll let you know as soon as the project is ready for deployment.
And can pull her off resistance comms. Once we have resistance comms up, we may actually be able to switch some engineers around. Because we really only... We're almost maxed out on having contact with everyone on Earth. We do have some annoying dark events going on right now.
Strategic resource located.
Alright, 52 alloys. That'll be really good for building some weapons and stuff. We do need supplies to do that. How long until supply drop? 1 day.
Avenger plotting.
We'll just fly over here. scan this briefly to refresh it, and then go pick up supplies. There's the UFO.
Communication coming in for you now, Commander.
I had high hopes for the Resistance under your leadership, Commander.
Right.
And you...
Dark events completed, Avatar Progress 1, but we reduced it by more than that. Yeah, so, and destroyed a chosen stronghold. So, still doing very good.
But this is something else entirely.
Ugh, that's really annoying. Down. Alright, and how urgent is dealing with this guy? Can he attack us yet? Okay, he's still a reasonable ways away from being able to attack the Avenger, so we've got some time to deal with him. Hidden event, we could reveal one of these. Next retaliation strike is imminent. We may need to sell some stuff at the black market pretty soon. We definitely don't need this anymore. These guys are thieves, which annoys me. We don't need more new recruits. All battle madness lasts only one turn. Is fine, but not great. Random innocent. This feels like a pretty good spread to me.
It's as good as done.
Avenger plotting new course.
Alright, you're not taking this by the UFO, are you? Okay, cool. Directly away from the UFO. Sort of. It's the world is round and all. Continue training.
Depending on who you ask, psionics could be considered the alien's greatest strength. Now our own psi operatives can tap into that same power.
We'll be able to start bringing these guys pretty soon. They've got domination and stuff. Wait, what? This is weird. Okay. Soulfire Fortress, cool. So we do want you to keep training here. Inspire Stasis Solace. Not super into any of these, but Inspire is probably the most useful. Domination is probably the best ability in the game. That's the big one that happy to have. Still hunting the hunter. Would love to get these supplies.
I have made a number of interesting discoveries.
New weapon. Don't need that. Alright. So, let's do this. We're going to be bringing psychics in the foreseeable future, and it'd be nice to be able to get them the advanced psychic thing.
To pilot the Avenger. I'm never going to get any work done if Mr. Bradford can't keep the ship steady.
Still picking up supplies. Have nano med kits. Hoping we can pick up this whole drop before Insanity Fused Null Lance. Null Lance is good. Hoping we can get all these supplies to maximize our ability to churn out weapons before the Resistance strike.
Resistance communications facility now operational.
A nice little achievement for filling out the Avenger. And that'll also allow us to instantly make contact with more regions. Okay, so we've got 12 out of 13 contacts. So that would give us more. So we'll probably need to permanently station one engineer there to get us more contacts eventually. But for now, can make contact with Western US. Wow, I do not care about that continent bonus.
Commander, we've utilized all of our available communications capacity. We can't establish any new contacts until we upgrade our
Telling us that we still have the supply drop when we haven't left it. Alright, so we've only got 3 regions left.
Move on the coordinates we pulled from the codex.
And we can go ahead and do this whenever. Should be a fairly easy mission, Chrysalids and Gatekeeper. But I definitely want to wait until after we deal with this imminent... Yeah, keep scanning. Until after we deal with this imminent retaliation strike.
Commander,
There we go.
UFO contact has us locked in. We have to take evasive maneuvers.
Australia.
Okay, they got us. Oh man, we're going to be doing this back-to-back with a resistance strike. Poof.
We've lost power! We're going down! Fast! We're going down, Commander. UFO contact has disabled our systems. Brace yourselves. Commander, we can deploy some of our wounded troops back into combat.
Alright, well this seems like a good mission for another day. It is almost midnight, and this is going to be a long one. So I think we'll be calling it for the evening. Thanks to everyone for watching, and I will look forward to streaming more and trying to get this campaign finished off pretty quick here. Got a move in 2 weeks, and kind of hoping I can get this knocked out before that. Have a good night, everyone.